So if you're one of the millions of golfers who could use more shaft lean at impact or don't have shaft lean at impact, stick around and watch this video to the end. Today's video, you're going to learn why there is such a thing called a shaft lean illusion. Then we're going to show you what should happen to kind of bust that illusion and get real shaft lean. Then of course, we're going to show you a drill to help you do it. Why is there such a thing called a shaft lean illusion?
Yeah, so when you're looking at a golf swing on video, like everybody does, right? You film a swing, or you're watching a tour player swing, and you stop them right at impact, you know, you're going to see a lot of similarities, right? You're going to see the hips are forward, the pelvis is turned open, and the hands for good players are kind of up here on the front side of the body, right?
Right, so, from the face-on camera view, right?
Yeah, and you just looked at that and tried to look at that picture and then get into that position with your body and your swing. The natural tendency is to just kind of shove your hands up
especially
there.
When we see, if you've ever filmed your swing, you may see your hands the opposite. They may be back here and you see reverse shaft lean where the shaft leans backwards.
Yeah, so the tendency is just to kind of drive your hands up there and say, oh, I see, you know, I'm going to get in this position like this. Yes. And that's wherein the illusion lies, because we'll get into this in a minute. The way to create that image is really not what you think.
Right, so when you see a professional golfer or any good player at your club, maybe one of the guys you play with, if you watch Sean swing, you've seen a lot of it, who has shaft lean at impact, that is created, the hands being in front of the center of my body, that is an illusion. That is not what happens. Before we get into the what you want to do instead, make sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Most of you watching this video are not subscribers, but it helps the channel out tremendously. Lets us make more and more videos to help you guys with your golf swing. Also, there's more free training in the first pinned comment below. Click that link, it'll take you to some new free training. And then let us know what your questions. If you have a question about this video or anything in general about your swing, we'd love to be able to help even more. So what should happen now?
You know, when you're looking at these swings at impact, and sometimes it's easy just to walk them back a few frames to see what really happens. So what you can see is, if I put my body where you would have a really good player at impact, let's call it a tour player, right? Hips open, maybe 40 degrees, shoulder line slightly open, rib cage is open as well. And if I walk that back by just keeping my arms in the exact place they're in, and I just kind of put my hips back to square, you can see where my hands would be at impact. So it is.
Now hold on, let's spend a second for that. Go back exactly what you just did there.
So there's impact, pretty darn good, right?
Yep.
I'm just going to take my hips back to square, but I'm keeping everything else exactly the same.
Okay, so his hands, club, and everything are farther back when his pelvis is square to the target at impact than they are at address.
Yeah, here's address, here's impact.
Whenever we ask someone to pose impact force, they go address, they go the opposite way.
Yes.
It's the body that gets the club forward, not the arms.
That's a good point. So this is address, right? Mm-hmm. Impact's kind of over here, and I'm just letting my pelvis and the trail side move forward to move the whole apparatus here up in front of me.
So the body is creating the illusion. Well, the body's creating the movement. Because the camera doesn't move with you when you turn, it creates the illusion. So if I was coming into impact and this camera was positioned to where it would stay moving with my pelvis and you just froze it at impact, you would see, and you can find some videos online like this, you would see the player, and I'll move my left hand out of the way, with the club back here, a mile away from this left leg. But from the face-on camera here, my hand is covering up my front leg. So it creates that illusion. But how you do that as the golfer makes all the difference in the world.
And the intent is everything, right? That's why a lot of our videos, we're talking, because we're trying to give you better concepts. And the intent should be that we're going to hit off our trail side with the weight and pressure forward, but the arms are still back behind this midline of the body, which is right here.
Yes.
So at impact, it's behind the midline, and finally, as his arms continue to sling, if I rotate with the camera, they finally line up somewhere up in here.
We're going to kind of reverse engineer this, how it actually happens, not what it looks like it happens. So we got our foam ball here, just so I don't take one in the shins
Yeah.
as Sean's doing this.
And it's good too, the foam ball,
Yeah.
if you miss hit it, you don't feel like you hit a bad shot. You're just doing this to get the motion.
Right.
So, talk me through it here.
So we're going to go at setup, and then you're going to go into impact position, and then from there, you're going to square your hips up. Okay, so your hands stayed on your trail side of your body where they are at impact. And I'm going to get out of the way, and then from there, you're going to make just a little pump and come on through and just bring that trail side through the shot.
Yeah, I'm just going to make a little pivot and try to keep my arms feeling back.
Right.
I'm not going to drive the handle. So here, impact, square the hips, see where my hands go when I do that, off my trail leg, little pivot, and just chip onto there where the arms finally line up with the midline. It's a simple drill, but if you haven't done it before, it feels a lot different.
Most of you who don't have shaft lean have no feeling whatsoever for how this trail side needs to move. Because this trail side creates that shaft lean.
It may be one of the most least understood things in golf is how this trail leg and hip moves.
Yes.
The knee included.
How much it moves. It moves out and around. It's popular in golf today to keep this stuff back so you can't do it correctly.
And this is a public service announcement. We've done another video. This is not a good way to play golf. Driving both hips back. And so,
or creating space, or none of that stuff happens in high level swings.
Listen, we do this because we want to help you guys play better. And these concepts that we're giving you, a lot of it comes from our own swings. I was taught to do the same thing.
Yes.
So we've made all the mistakes. These videos are trying to clean up some of these concepts. And if you can just get the idea that it's okay to let this trail hip come into this area, you're going to be a lot better.
Not only is it okay, it's every professional golfer you've seen hit a shot on television who's done anything does exactly that. The trail hip, knee, all invade that space that we have it set up. Because you have to, you won't be able to do this drill if you don't.
And everyone's so desperate not to early extend, but the fix is not to shove both hips back. So we just hope that these videos help get the light bulbs on a little bit.
That's exactly right. So give this drill a try. Let us know in the comments how it goes. Film yourself doing it. Do it slow enough to do it, and then allow the speed to build from there.